the evidence is actually just looking at populations that eat a non-Western diet compared to populations that eat a Western diet. These populations actually don't have acne. And when you look at Pacific Islanders, when they changed their diet to a more Westernized diet, they developed acne, whereas those that were staying on the original diet did not. Today we are continuing our series about acne, and what I'd like to talk about that is becoming more and more important to my patients, I think, which is what are some more natural approaches to acne? There isn't as much evidence for natural approaches, but I do want to tell you what there is, especially in terms of diet. There's a little bit more evidence now than there was many years ago. The way that we're going in terms of our acne recommendations for diet is actually dovetailing with what we think of as a healthy lifestyle as well. Even if this isn't as impactful for your acne, it will be impactful for your health. I think it's still worthwhile. Acne is a state where our androgens are overactive, and there are certain diets, particularly Westernized diets, that are higher in sugar and higher in dairy, which are believed to be more androgenic and more inflammatory. And some of the evidence is actually just looking at populations that eat a non-Western diet compared to populations that eat a Western diet. These populations actually don't have acne. And when you look at Pacific Islanders, when they changed their diet to a more Westernized diet, they developed acne, whereas those that were staying on the original diet did not. We also know from diary types of studies that dairy products can exacerbate acne, including and especially I like to ask my patients about whey protein, because a lot of times patients are taking protein shakes, and if whey is one of the main ingredients where that protein is coming from, it could be exacerbating their acne. And I've actually had a patient that I was treating for years with spironolactone, and she told me she wasn't taking it anymore and she didn't need it, and I asked her if anything in diet had changed. She said she had actually stopped taking whey. So I think that is definitely one to look and see, like if you were getting a lot of whey unbeknownst to yourself. I think those are the two most important things for you to know: eating less dairy and then eating less carbs as well can be very helpful for acne, or may be helpful. The other aspect that differentiates a Westernized diet from a non-Westernized diet is Westernized diets tend to have a higher glycemic index. If you haven't heard of glycemic index, it's just basically how a food can raise your blood sugar. There's actually charts that you can Google online that will tell you the glycemic index of foods, but things that are very low glycemic index are going to be things that are like whole foods, beans, broccoli, whole grains. Things that are going to be higher on the glycemic index are processed foods, especially processed sugary foods. What we have come to believe more and more with evidence from studies is that higher glycemic diets, which also make your body release more insulin, will create more acne as well. And if you are struggling with acne and you know that your diet includes more processed foods and more refined foods and more carbs, you could try cutting down on those foods and replacing them with whole foods and seeing if you do better. Frankly, it's just better for your health as well to eat more whole foods rather than more processed and refined foods. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comments below. And if you want to watch other elements of our series on acne, look in the description for our playlist. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I can't wait to see you next time.